Hello, hello, my friends. How is everybody doing? So, this is a little part of my life that I like to keep kind of private, but I figured, hey, you know, uh, let's uh, let's share it. So, guys, I've been oil painting for probably the better part of 14 years, and done a couple other paintings that I have. I'm going uh into. Hold on, I'll grab a couple. This one's still kind of wet. I don't want to pick it up. It's gonna be a seascape, and then this one is a sap green that I'm gonna do for another Northern Lights. Um, and then this one here is a another seascape that I'm doing. Um, Not quite finished with it. I'm doing an acrylic base, and then I'm coming back over. So I'm gonna get all the shadows with the acrylic base, and then I'm gonna come back in with the oil with transparent colors, and I'm gonna get all these lovely little shadows and everything in here, and then I'm gonna be able to blend and mix. So it's gonna be it's gonna be really awesome. So I figured like this would be a new segment that I could start. Maybe something I could do on the weekends, and so people could enjoy my work. Uh, there's art walks and stuff downtown, and here recently I found out that that's actually free vendoring and stuff like that. So it might be a way to not really charge for my artwork, but let some people see uh, some stuff that I'm into. So that being said, let's get on with the painting. Okay, so what I have here is I have a black canvas that I have painted in black gesso. And then here recently, I normally, guys, I use Bob Ross clear coat. Okay. Uh, Changing it up a little bit. This is a fairly more expensive brand of clear coat oil acetate, and it helps the color spread um, further and brighter. So more vibrant, you get more vibrant pigments. So, um, hold on, I gotta put out my message here. My buddy said I better let her know when I'm painting, so I better do that. Got paint on my phone. Got paint on my phone. Sorry. Okay. So we're back. Sorry, had to put out the message. Okay. Had to put out the message. So, okay, now that we got that done, I can go back in to painting. Okay, so black gesso canvas, and then we've got our thin layer of clear coat. Now, when you put on the clear coat, guys, you want to add it very sparingly, okay? Very thin layers, only like a light gloss. If you can take, one way you can test it is you take your finger and you glide it across the canvas. And if it leaves like a trail, you got too much. Take a small paper towel and dab it across there very lightly and get some of that excess off. And then run your finger back across there again. And if you just have a light film on your fingers, it's perfect. Um, so what I've got is I've got my black canvas gessoed. I've got my clear coat on there. And then on top of this, I have sections of, let me see what we've got here. We've got phthalo blue, alizarin red, so not crimson, alizarin red. I wanted to, alizarin crimson is a transparent color, but I wanted something that's gonna really make those northern lights pop. So I was like, why not do alizarin red? Let's just try it and see. You guys really can't tell if it's right now on camera. It just looks like it's all black, but I promise you, there's color there. And then I've got phthalo green. So I've got phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, and phthalo green, and then they've mixed together. The alizarin, the phthalo blue, and the crimson or the red mix make this really vibrant purple. So I've got them added all over the canvas here, and so really all we're going to be doing is painting with white for our first steps here. So I got to clean my brush here a little bit. I've got some. I got to use an odorless paint thinner um, to clean my brush, and just using an old T-shirt to dab off the paint here. That way that my brushes stay clean and dry. Okay, so now that we have our colors on there, and there's no mistakes in painting, just happy accidents, just like Bob Ross says. Okay, so I'm gonna get out my fan brush here. And you can do it with a fan brush, or you can do it with these flat detail brushes that I've got. The only reason I'm not doing it with these is because I wanna go a little bit further. Hey, Tegan, I'm painting the Northern Lights. I'm gonna do an oil painting today. Well, we're gonna start it. So this is a segment. It takes probably about 2 weeks for oil paints to dry. So we are starting a segment on the Northern Lights, and we're gonna see how we can do this. So like I'm gonna try to do something every Friday. I was showing off some of the other paintings that I've done. Here, I'll show you this one, the one that I did earlier. So this one is going to be a sunrise. This one is, both of these are still wet. This one, not so much red. I mean, not so much wet. This one is acrylic that I did. Yeah. So I've done this one all in acrylic. So darker shadows in the back, and then acrylic, and then I'm going to come over and I'm going to highlight. It's a new technique. I normally paint wet on wet, which is what I'm going to be doing with acrylic. But here I'm going to be painting so dry acrylic, and then come in and highlighting it with oil. So I'm going to be a mixed of different paintings. So what I was telling everybody here, so I've got black gesso canvas, and then I've got some liquid clear, which helps spread the color. Like I said, you want a very thin coat of that. You don't want a really heavy coat. So one way you can test it is you drag your finger across there, and if it leaves a trail, you've got too much. So take a little bit of your napkin or paper towel or your cloth. Microfiber cloth works really good. I've done that, and you wipe the canvas very lightly. Don't scrub it, just wipe it, and then that'll get your excess off. Blend it out with the brush. So I have some transparent colors here. I've got phthalo blue. We've got alizarin red, not crimson, alizarin red, so it'll turn into more of a vibrant purple. And then I've got phthalo green, which is here. So in all actuality, I've got those put all over the canvas. It looks black, but there's color there on the canvas, okay, because of the black gesso. Um, let's see. Get me some titanium white. And then I kind of just want to mark down here with my white. I want to see what we're doing here. So we're going to mark us some white. We got to open it. It's a new one. Rules of 1/3. Sometimes I follow those rules, sometimes I don't. I got them mixed. So, and like one thing, I want to try a new technique because I'm doing wet painting. Um, so with this new technique, I want to try to see how it's gonna blend. So, uh, yeah. So we're gonna find out. And these are a different type of oil paint. These are a little bit more expensive. I normally use Bob Ross paints, but I was like, you know, why the fuck not? Let's spend a little money and get some brighter pigments, and just kind of see like where we're going. So, if you guys have never seen um, Northern Lights, they're often in curtains. Okay, the Northern Lights are often in curtains. So, what I want to do is I just want to get my brush in the paint and I want to load it up. I want to load that brush up almost to a knife edge to where we're just pulling that paint down and we're loading that brush, okay? And then kind of imagine here on the canvas where you want to see. Like I thought about coming this way. So normally when I go to paint, I try to keep the focus in the center of the painting versus off the outsides, okay? So you always want to draw, you want to draw the eye, but this is your painting. If you're painting out there, do what makes you happy, okay? So I figure we're just gonna come in here and start making some decisions, okay? We're just gonna start making some decisions. We're gonna we're gonna get that paint loaded back up with that titanium white. And we're just gonna come back down and you really want a lot of paint, guys. You really want a lot of paint, okay? So a lot of paint. You really want to load that brush up. You really want to load it up. and then you come back in and you can make some fatter spots. You know, come down in here and really blotch it. You know, then I'm gonna rinse that brush out. The rules of thirds. Listen to Tegan. The rules of thirds. I'm just going to come back in here and I'm going to load this brush back up with some more titanium white. Then I'm going to come down. And I'm just going to load that up. Really get that white in there. I'm going to have to add some more white. Where did my titanium white go? There it is. Really lots of white. And I can already tell that these lights are really going to be something. You know, just kind of, you can make them fat or skinny or however, you know. Just kind of get in with it. Just really get in with it. Don't, you know, maybe we'll make some curtains back here. Yeah. Just something, you know, just really whatever you want, right? Right? Okay. We're gonna build those out. Now the fun part comes. The art of photography, yeah. Oh, I gotta add some more. So this is odorless paint thinner. Probably not something really good that I should have around my computer, but we're being adventurous today. Okay, so now that we have made some big decisions, let's come in with a regular flat 1-inch brush. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull these up. Pull these up. We're just gonna pull these up. We're just gonna pull these up, okay? Woo! Kind of hold your breath. You kind of hold your breath for a second when you're going up with this. And you get all those beautiful colors. Look at that green. Just look at that green. Look at that green, guys. Doesn't that look cool? That looks really awesome, huh? And it never ends, guys. I mean, you can, if you want to brighten it up some more, come back in and hit those lines. Back up with some more white. Really make it pop. I mean, you want to make these really flare out. I'm kind of gonna, I'm gonna back shoot some of these here because I want to put some trees maybe in the background. So I'm just gonna make enough light to where it comes up. And this, oh, now, yeah, so white. So I have the color on there first and then the white to load it up on there. And then a brush just to really let it like shoot up and pop. And then I'm just going to bring this one to really bring it out. I mean, to really just give it that holy shit, just a light blend. I'm really pulling it up. I mean, you can pull it up all the way from the bottom if you want. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? How good does that look, guys? That looks super badass. And then, of course, you get all these beautiful like purples that mix with the blues, and like I said, you can brighten it up if you want. You can. I mean, there's infinite possibilities. You can really just. I could load my brush up and I would love to have more of this just white. So I'm going to load this white. And I'm really going to add some pressure here. And then just bring this down. And then whoosh, all the way up. All the way up. And just faintly blend it. Faintly blend it. Look at that. Oh, wow. It just really pops off the canvas. Really pops off the canvas. And you get all these lovely little once the brush really starts to soften it, you don't get all these sharps. You get more of a really good blend. Then just pull those up into there so they mix. What up, Nebulous Jeff? Hey, so we're painting the Northern Lights. That's what we're doing. Well, I'm attempting to paint the Northern Lights. Thank you, Nebula. Guys, did you shout out Nebula stuff? Well, it didn't. Okay, the alert's not working. Guys, go buy Nebula stuff and see my dear friend. She is super awesome. And she is an artist herself. So I really want some of this blue to come out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm really going to cake on some of this white back here. So we're going to just pull it down again. And we really want that brush really sharp. Okay? Really, really sharp. Really, really, really sharp. Like I said earlier, I just really want this to where it'll pop behind these trees. That I'm going to be making here. Sales for a new PC. Oh yeah, you're building that one. I see. I remember you saying that. Just want to add some bursts of white in here. And here we go with our 2 inches. Just lightly drag it up. And then we're going to blend it a little bit. Just really lightly. Just really lightly, just bring it up and bring it through. You get a nice mixture of all these colors. Doesn't matter what's going to go down here because we're going to paint some trees and stuff here in the foreground. Just really neat. Super cool. Guys, I'm sorry I haven't been on very much lately. I had 2 losses in my family, and I was kind of taking some very much needed time off with my family. My uncle Emmett passed, and this is kind of one of those pictures that he used to go hiking a lot, like all over the place, and he visited places like Alaska and the West Coast, all along California mountains, and they used to go hiking in Germany and the Ozark Trail and stuff like that. So I've been thinking about him a lot lately. I understand somebody had a birthday. Somebody had a birthday. Somebody had a birthday. I think her name is Nebula stuff. Now I'm trying to decide where I want to put a mountain in this picture. So where should we put the mountain? Should we put the mountain over here? Or start it like right here? Maybe? Where should we put the mountain? What do you guys think? What are y'all thinking? Hey, hey. So here, then. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our palette knife. And we're gonna get some of that phthalo blue. And we're gonna get some of that alizarin crimson that I've got right here. And we're gonna mix that to this very dark, dark purple. You know what? Let's grab some of that green too. Let's get some more of that blue. I want to pull that out. Mix it up and pull it out and mix it up. We want to pull that. Get you a roll of paint on there. And now it's just time to make some decisions. Gonna gonna put this mountain in. Okay, wipe the old knife off. Who's texting me? Okay. Hey, man, what are you doing? This is gonna be a first for us. This is the first time that I've actually painted mountains on camera. I've tried it once before, but I don't know. It just never it never really worked out for me the way I wanted it to. So we're gonna put that 2-inch brush right there, and we're gonna wipe this paint off. And then this is where the fun part starts. I really get to start messing with some of these shadows here. So we're going to pick up some of that same color, but make sure that it's really dark. Then we can just really start messing with some of these shadows here. Really, really, really. And as you can see, like, you can really start, I mean, there's just endless things that you can do to play with this. Like you can make your layers in the mountains, you know, the backdrops, you know, make depth. Like make it into the lighter parts. Let's put another peak over here. Maybe come through here, and there lives another one right here. Just kind of make a long shadow here. There's another one just, you know, just some of those sharp, jagged shadows in the mountain. More dark shadows in the mountain. Now this is where the really fun part starts. This is where we get to really have some fun. So we're going to take some more titanium white. Where is it? And we're going to pull just a little bit of that blue. Just enough to tint it. Just enough to tint it. Pull that down and grab you a roll of it. And then this is where we get to have a little fun. What's up, Acid Monkey? So, here we go. We're just gonna just lightly take your knife. You get your roll of paint on there. You know, just pull it out. We tinted it a little bit. Not white, but we've tinted it a little bit. So we've got that tinted up. I want to use some of that as a shadow effect. Now I'm going to grab some of this titanium white up here. And it's going to mix with the color on the canvas. Just get you a little roll of it. And just slightly touch. Slightly touching the canvas. And we've got maybe another amount. Got some snow coming down off of these mountains. You get all those beautiful colors from the ones that you picked up underneath. Pick up another roll of paint. Maybe further down this way. Now remember earlier I said that we had some of this blue. So just come in with this blue and just touch. Just touching. Just touching. Gray and white. Gray, white, LOL. Yeah, I'm not done yet. Oh, yeah. But it's just like, just very opaque parts of it. I'm gonna come back in and leave this, like, 'cause you have to leave shadows into the caverns, kind of give it that depth. Clean my brush. What we're gonna do is come in here and we're gonna very lightly hit this down here, and we're gonna make this look like a mist. Don't want to go too hard. Just very, very lightly. Very, very lightly. Come in and we're gonna make this a mist. Make it a mist. Acid Monkey, I give Acid Monkey a shout out. Please, somebody give Acid Monkey a shout out. Okay, so where's my knife again? We're just gonna pull this down. Very lightly mist it. Very PC capped out, so on the phone. Oh. The PC. The PC cap. Did it cap out really? really dark areas of the map. I don't know. I like having like dark areas of the mountain, so to speak. Like I like having those shadows with the light white pop. I think it gives it depth. You get those strong shadows in the back. Come back in with this. Hey, finally froze. Tegan. Tegan, when are you gonna get that new PC? Thank you, Angela. First time I've painted mountains on camera, by the way. Think I'm doing okay. I hope, anyway. Fingers crossed. I'm covered in paint, by the way. I hope you're having a good evening. Everybody say hi to Angela. It's a friend of mine. Say hi. secret to painting mountains I have learned is to have these very sharp divides in color. So you have these. It's really bright. Sorry, guys. I had my mic up. So what you want to do is you want to take your dry 2-inch brush, and you, like I said, you want to dab very lightly across the bottom here. So you just lightly want to dab, and then what you want to do is you want to bring that down into, and then just blend it. And it gives you the illusion of mist on the mountain bottom. Gently blend it. Gently blend it. And there's your mountain. Yay! Not bad, huh? Not bad. For the first time on camera, I should say. What do you guys think about that mountain? I think it looks pretty cool. What do you think, Tegan? You've seen plenty of mountains in your day. Kind of a mountain coming up out of. I think it looks pretty good. Well, thank you guys. Thank you. So, I don't know if I want to do any. What do you guys think? You think that we should do some trees, maybe? I was thinking maybe some trees down here, maybe a bigger tree here, maybe one in the corner. Big old pines. Big old pines is. Let's see. Let's do some of the. Hmm, where's my other brush? Since we've got that lighter blue there, let's take some of that, the darker blue that we had, like the real dark. Let's mix up some of that real dark. I don't really care for that. I'm just gonna. Then we're going to brush some of that out. Make a better shadow. So I want a thick phthalo blue. And I think I want to do a line across there. I'm really thinking about just like a line of trees, like way far back in the background. Like very distant. We're just going to do a brush line. And I'm trying to make some depth here, and you'll see what's happening here. Get some more blue. I want some of them darker in color than the others. Kind of give the visualization of some depth here. So I definitely want some darker than the others. Kind of, we're kind of playing with light, guys, here a little bit. So you've got the very white contrast of the mountain. I'm no Bob Ross, but I mean, I guess I can paint it somewhat. you know, like I'm just trying to give it that depth, a little bit of that depth. Now I'm going to give it some of this white. Trying to Something's going on in my chat. I don't know what's really happening here. It was acting weird. we need a lot more of that white. I might just use this other brush if it's not contaminated. But it will be because it's a lot of thick paint. Need some more odorless turpentine. Gotta clean my brush. Using just an old t-shirt. Just trying to soften this. Make it look really cold. Add in just a little details to some of the trees. Add in some details to some of the trees. You know what we should do, dude? We should have like group paint alongs sometime. Like, Nev, I would really like to join that art club that you've got going on. I don't know what days that you do the art thing, but I would really like to do some of that. And Angela would too. I'm pretty sure that she would love to get like some of her work put out there. She's a really good artist. So I think that she would really like to benefit from some of that. Gotta wipe this brush off every time I come back into the white. And the good thing about oil paints is you can always come back and mess with it. A little here, a little there, you know. You can come back and mess with it. Nothing's really set in stone. Not with oil painting anyway. It's all just kind of, you know. Thing is, it's just like don't get, don't be afraid of it. Just don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. It's like Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes, just happy accidents. Guys, I want to thank you for staying with me tonight and hanging out in my little bit of studio. I want to appreciate everybody stopping by, all my friends, and people that care about me, giving me their support, and just just hanging out and just being there for me in general. The community has been great. Um, I want to thank everybody, and just just a quick reminder, just don't ever look down on somebody unless you're helping them up. You know, so we have enough assholes out in the world. Let's do something nice for somebody. You know, do that random act of kindness, because I mean you never know how somebody's feeling. You could save their life. You know what I'm saying? So Shout out to all my friends that were here tonight. Thank you guys. And this is the Northern Lights. Well, I guess we should sign it, huh? Or maybe you know what? I think I might wait to sign it um, after it's dry. I don't want to. All right. So I've also prepared another canvas tomorrow. So that one up there, um, it's actually acrylic sienna on the back side of it. Um, so what I'm gonna do is actually I painted it backwards, so I'm gonna flip it so this it's actually gonna be a sunrise. So I wanted the clouds, the dark. I wanted my dark shadows in there, and the clear coat's been on that one probably I want to say like probably a week. So tomorrow I'm looking forward to diving in and painting that. So I've once again ruined a good pair of pants, which I don't care. They're jeans. Um, thanks everybody for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.